Hello everybody, this is a overview of the character sheet, an addendum to Dev Diary 04. Just wanted to take a much closer look at the character sheet, and we'll get right on into it. So up here at the top, you have your character name and gender, spot just to put in some basic information about your character. Then here on the left, you have your main attributes, your dex, endurance, intelligence, luck, and strength. Uh, Center top, you have your guild and rank, clan and rank lines to write in that information, and on the right of that, your total rank. Then you have your sub attributes. Underneath that, your mind, body, senses, soul, fortune, and knowledge. Again, those are created or generated by the amount of dots you have filled in for skills under those sub attributes. So if you have 3 skills in mind, 2 of them are masteries, that's 5, and you would fill a 5 into the mind sub-attribute. To the right of that, we have your favor. That is a luck mechanic. The first box is for your total amount. The second box is for how much you have access to at a given time. So you can keep track of how much you have between sessions. Some of them refresh very easily. Some of them, like Divine Favor, are much harder to get back. To the right of that, on the very right-hand side of the character sheet, we have style slots and spell slots. You do start with 1 style slot. You do not start with any spell slots. But that's where you'll mark how many you have for your character. Below that is the move speed, how fast your character moves. Very basic, just so you can keep track of how quickly you can navigate in a basic move action. Then you have your, more to the center of the sheet again, we have the shield. So you write down your shield type. You have shield structure, first box for how much max shield structure you have, second box for current shield structure. Below that is wounds, same again, first box max wounds, second box current wounds. Soul points, that is your resource for casting spells, using style abilities, acting more. And that, just like everything else, you'll put in your max and you'll put in your current. To the right of that is charm slots. That's related to your shield. This is where you just write down any charms you may have attached to it and a small blip on what the ability it gives you. Defense is below soul points. That defense value is your int plus luck plus dex. Defense points is per round that defense value plus any bonuses you might have, like from your weapon or otherwise. And then to the right of that is, just like all the other boxes in the central area, the current, since it is a resource and it can be depleted. Encumbrance, your encumbrance maximum and your current encumbrance value. Those are what those 2 boxes represent. Then on the right-hand side over here, we have resistances. This is how much damage you take of a certain type of energy. They all usually start 1-to-1, so if you take 1 dark damage, you'll take 1 dark damage. But it can change. These values can adjust, so it could be like for every 2 dark damage you take 1, or for every 1 dark damage you take 2. Those are for tracking how much damage you take of these types of elements, energy types, whatever you want to call them, affinities. Then you have in the center again your weapon location. So you have 2 weapon slots. You can obviously have more, but I only put 2 on the character sheet for space. You put your weapon, what it is. So it's a great falchion, or if you want to name it, you can put the name of the weapon in there if you want, as long as you know what it is. The attack bonus, the base damage, the dynamic damage, the defense bonus, the defense type for that defense bonus, and any notes you have or ammo. Below both the weapons is the armor, where you put what armor you have, the amount of wounds it may give you, any affinity it may give you, which is tied to those resistances, and any notes you might want to put. You can also put like shield notes in here if you need to put notes for your shield from above. Then right above above the skill slots, to the right underneath resistances, you have a few areas with some circles. That is your monthly resources, your expendable resources, your stress levels and soul decay. Stress and soul decay are subsystems that I will go over in a full dev diary at a later time. Your resources is the amount of money you have. So your monthly resources is how much you can spend per month without depleting your regular income. Expendable is you came into access of something that costs a lot of money and you're able to sell that and you get a corresponding amount of resources that you can spend, but they don't regenerate like your monthly resources do. From there, we'll go on to page 2, where we have a lot of open space for writing in abilities or different things you've gained. So the first two things at top left are boons and banes that you get while creating your character, if you chose to take any. Then to the right of that, you have a section to write down style notes, anything you want to write down for your styles. Back on the left-hand side, right below boons and banes, we have spells. So if you have spells and you want to write down some information about those, you got some space for that. Then you have to the right of those the rank points, what you gain for all of your rank points. Since you can spend them all individually, there are 22 slots here, but many of them will get lumped together as you buy higher rank point costing um, abilities from your level ups. There's a good amount of additional space just for whatever notes you may need to take. And then lastly, at the bottom of the page, you have your clan abilities and guild abilities where you can take notes on anything you want to remember about those abilities and what they grant you. So, pretty quick overview of the character sheet. Um, is this the final form? Probably not, but it is where I've gotten over the 10 years of creation, refined it to this degree so that it is able to track a large majority of what you would need to play the game and track while playing the game. Um, Again, this is a very crunchy system, so there is a chance that you may need a little bit extra material to be able to track everything. Or if you have a really good memory, uh, some people may just have it off the top of their head. Um, but that's just the overview I wanted to go over. Show that off. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Glad to hear any feedback or thoughts on these. And thank you for listening. Until next time.